Get ready for the world's greatest adventure. The FFP World Tour 2026. A year-long journey to 36 destinations packed with fitness, sports, wellness, and unforgettable adventures. Each destination will be under the spotlight. 10 days of activations, events, challenges, and your chance to connect with like-minded people. The tour is led by the Chief Adventure Officer, who will travel the world for 12 months, discovering, exploring, and sharing the best experiences along the way. The CAO will be joined by 100 ambassadors throughout the world to connect with the people and inspire their city. Want to get involved? Simply register as a user or a member on our website or tag FFP Travels when posting content of the places you visit and the people you meet. It's that easy. This is more than just a tour. This is the world's greatest adventure. Hi everybody, welcome along to today's show. How's everybody doing? This is the FFP World Tour live show. My name is Grant Go. It's great to have everybody involved with us today. If you are new to the show, what we do is we talk and help you discover, explore, and connect with people locally and from around the world. Our aim is to bring you closer to activities, people, services, providers, products, and brands locally and everywhere. And that's what the whole show is about. So coming up on today's show, we've got a lot of good things happening. We are going to be talking with Sunjay Vyas, and he is an absolute gun when it comes to live production, or the podcast. Live is what he's got into lately. He's done some very, very cool things, and he's going to talk about camera presence today. So we're just waiting for him when he comes on to the show a little bit later on. But we're also going to talk about a few things that can help you as well. We're going to talk about how to get rid of visceral fat using fasting. We're going to talk about a couple of the sports competitions going on lately, like currently, Snooker, rugby, two of them. The coolest class in Dubai is currently taking place. Maybe you want to go and try it out or find out more about it. And Kabaddi, have you guys played the sport? Have you not? Let us know on that side of things. And one more thing we are going to talk about. We're going to talk about the FFP Mental Health Fund. Mental Health World Day. It comes up on October 10th next month. We're only about 15 days away, and we want to raise $100,000 to help run initiatives to help public get out there, get active, discover, explore, and connect with people. And we're going to connect with professionals in your area to help run these, so you are supported by experts in the field to help you battle, tackle, fight, or however you want to say it, against mental health issues. All right, so that's what's coming up in today's show. So I hope you're ready. Put comments in the comments, questions, like, share, and subscribe. The more people that know about this, the more awareness we can raise about how to battle mental health issues. But let's not wait any longer. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the adventure holiday with FFP. All right, so back into it. We are talking about the adventure giveaway trip. So one of the biggest things we're doing in 2026 is we're going to do the FFP World Tour, which was a spotlight of a destination or destinations around the world. All the fitness, sport, wellness, adventure facilities, activations, professionals, communities that you can get involved with to stay active everywhere around the world. All right, some big things. Part of that is we're giving away a 10-day adventure trip to Dubai, London, Bali, and Cairns, Australia, where you get to go to these places with a friend and explore, discover, connect with all the different fitness, sports, wellness, and adventure in that space. A 10-day fully paid trip, and all you've got to do is tag FFP Travels in your social media posts, and every day we pick one or multiple people to go into the draw. That's all you've got to do. So get onto that. You can do that right now. In fact, you can share this live. You can tag us, or just tag your friends in this live right now. So if you're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, if you're on, what are we on here? TikTok, if you're on TikTok here as well, simply tag in your friends, share this live with them, connect with them as well, and then we are able to connect with more people around the world. So that's what it is all about. Okay. That's a 10-day adventure holiday. And just have to be tagging. Also, put your comments in the comment question. In the comment section, I should say. Let us know where you're from. I'm trying to check the lives as we go through it. So welcome in from wherever you are from. We have Ashwin, we have Finley, Decaf, Mr. Grant, Talisi, Amanda, Daha, Summit. They're joining us from the Instagram. On our YouTube, we're still waiting for a couple of people to come in from there. On our TikTok, we've got a few people in our TikTok, which is awesome to see. Chaos, Renee, Billy, Brazen, Xavier, Russell, Lachlan, Aroha, which actually means love in Māori, Shin from AU, Tobias, Norman. So everyone's joining in from different places. And Chaos and Cuddles. Oh, I like that one. What a cool name that one is. You must have like multiple devices in your hand right now. So that's what was going on in today's show. So that's the adventure trip. Now, the fund. What I want to talk about is the mental health fund. So on October the 10th is World Mental Health Day. Okay. Now, mental health affects so many millions of people around the world. FFP is designed to help people stay active. We have our booking platform. We have our business network. And we're running the FFP World Tour so you can discover, explore, and connect with people, connect with activities, connect with communities, connect with services, and get support from professionals to help you be more active. And this fund is being put together so that you can get involved with things. Now, there's 3 ways to get involved. The first one is real simple. You can literally register on FFP. Just go to ffpworldtour.com. Click on the membership section. You can just register for free. And that just allows us to give you updates on what initiatives are happening around you. The second one is you want to financially support the fund, is you can become an FFP supporter. It costs $29 US. We give you a training plan. We give you entry into the holiday as well. And that just allows us to create more initiatives for people around the world. The next step after that is $99, and that is for your lifetime membership. Man, if you're a believer in active lifestyles and how it can help people and yourself to beat diseases, like one of the biggest killers in the world, all right, is heart disease. And it comes from inactivity. So we are really just promoting people to be active. And better than that, I've dealt with it personally. Mental health issues are a big thing for everybody. And so by joining as a lifetime member, $99, it gives you the same as the supporter, but additionally, it gives you an affiliate link for 20% if you help refer and grow the community. It gives you access to training tools to help you create better content and more content. And why? Because we want to pay you for that content. We want you to get out there, inform people about fitness, sports, wellness, and adventure. That's what we'd love you to do. And we want to pay you for it. So if you join as a lifetime member, we've got resources to talk and help you through that, to help you get good and great. So you can share it on FFP. And then we want to pay you for that. So it's earning opportunities to literally probably do the best job ever in the entire world. Okay, so those are the 2 ways or 3 ways. Register for free, become a supporter for $29, or become a lifetime member for $99. And that goes towards the FFP Mental Health Fund, where we create initiatives in different places around the world for public. And we bring in the providers in that area. We support them and the professionals to run these initiatives everywhere around the world. So get involved with that. Remember, October 10th is Mental Health World Day. World Health. That's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? World Mental Health Awareness Day. A few more hellos on there. PBX, Mohit, and Summit Kumar. Welcome into the show from wherever you are. Good to see you guys. Miles, good to see you, mate. Look like a bit of an athlete on here as well. Beatum, Kiwi, Niche, Cat. Hope you guys are all great. Liam, how are you, Liam? Bit of a shout out to my friend. I am good, mate. And maybe you're an Aussie because usually when you say mate, it's from Australia, it's local. If you say bro, then you are from other parts of the world, like New Zealand. All right, so I'm just waiting for Sunjay, see where he is. I might have the time mixed up. I might have the day mixed up. Imagine that. That would be crazy. I must have it. What if I did get that day mixed up? Anyway, not too sure. So anyway, let's carry on with it today. We've said if Sunday can't jump on today, we'll bring him in tomorrow. Let's rock on to the next part of this show. Wow. I've got a few buttons here to click, guys. So just bear with me for a second. Yes, that's all we're going to chat about on that. Let's get into a bit of news. We're going to go to, I think, a bit of sporting news. That's what we're going to do. Let's go into some sporting news. Where's our little sporting intro for everybody? I'm flying solo today when it comes to the production. So. Baggage like that. All right, coming up in today's show, we've told you about that. We're going to talk about some different sports. Now, we're going to introduce some sports to you. Now, put it in the comment section down below. Let me know your actual thoughts behind this. Like, my whole thing about this one is, what is a sport? So let me know in the comment section, what is a sport for you? How physical does it need to be? How much activity do you need to do in order to be considered a sport? All right. It's not about, for me, it's not about being the most extreme. It's just about being active, about moving. Standing is activity. And excuse me, because our puppy is getting a bit excited out there. Okay, so we're going to talk about here, and I want to show you this one. Where are we? Here we are. Yes. So. Okay. So snooker.
6.
All right. Let's have a quick look at the snooker. Right now. So right now, the British Open is happening for snooker. Now, snooker is a very simple game, really. It's played on a very large table to begin with. And it's about literally it's a skill set, a coordination to be able to hit the ball into each of the pockets. Now you can see here, you hit a red ball and then you hit a colored ball. Okay, and you've got to go through a certain sequence before you hit and sink the black. Okay, now there you go. There, sunk the black ball, and then looking to sink all the other balls. Oh, sorry, sink a red. Sorry, sink a red. Sorry, my bad. Sink a red and then sink a colored ball. That is the objective there. So it's happening right now. It's happening from the 22nd to the 28th over in the UK. There's some big names in the lineup. So there's defending champions Mark Selby. All right. In the opening round, he went up against David Grace in his matchup. The thing about this one is there's a few more unpredictably upsets. They've actually made the draw, so we're thinking there could be some upsets, good upsets in the British Open. And they have to go through the round robin before they go through to their knockoffs, obviously to the championship. And the championship, the winner will walk away with $100,000. So that's pretty intense pressure when you think about how accurate you need to be in order to get through that side of things. Okay, that's what's happening on that. Now I can't show that; it's on YouTube at the moment. But jump over to wst.tv/matches. All right, that'll take you to the results page over there if you're into snooker, and you'll also be able to jump into the YouTube channel as well, where you'll be able to see some of the matches are being recorded. You can see it, I believe, on British TV as well, so wherever you are on that one. Okay, now the next one is again a different sport. So the reason we've chosen to talk about, or I've chosen and the team's chosen to speak about this, is because it's a sport that a lot of us don't know about. And again, we're here to help you discover sport, fitness, wellness, and adventure. Real simple. Okay, from that point of view. So, Kabaddi. Have you heard of Kabaddi? Take a look at this. So, as you can see, what's going to happen here So what you're seeing in here is Kabaddi. Okay, it's a game where it's 7-on-1. You got the raider, all right, and you got the defenders. So let's give you a bit more information about this one. Again, if you've played this sport, if you know lots about it, we're just learning more about this right now. So the real Kabaddi League is the RKL. Okay, now the reason we're bringing this one up is because there's going to be a global competition. There's going to be the first 5-nation international tournament in Dubai in December 2025. It's going to feature teams from India, Iran, Bangladesh, UAE, Australia. Okay. Now, what is the sport? I mean, you're looking at it right here. So the origins are from South Asia, India, Bangladesh. All right, it's the surrounding regions. Traditionally played in villages, and today it becomes a professional sport with big leagues around those areas. Okay, so there's 2 teams of 7 on a rectangular court. All right, so you're seeing. The raider crosses into the opponent's side to tag as many defenders as possible and then safely return. You must hold their breath the entire raid, chanting Kabaddi to prove there is no inhaling. So you can only raid, all right, while exhaling. So not only do they have to tag, but they have to do it while they're slowly exhaling, which I'm trying to get my head around. And if you're watching here, you're seeing that these guys do it for quite a long time. And it's not like it's not a quick on off, right? It's literally a long amount of time. You did see comments, but I have to go back and look at the comments a little bit later. I'll come back to that one as far as there's a pool question. We'll have to answer on that one, or maybe one of the team can answer that one. This is what I'm trying to get my head around. So they have to exhale and they have to chant Kabaddi while they're trying to tag the defenders. Yeah, that's what you're seeing here. And teams obviously take turns. One goes up against the others in order to tag their opponent. So if you have played Kabaddi before, I've actually never had a try at it. So it's pretty interesting to see how many people are there. It's like the 7-on-1. So that's going to be quite intimidating to start with. And then on top of that, all right. So let me go back into the main information. It's a mind game. Like that's the whole thing behind it. So you've got to exhale. You got to chant Kabaddi while you're trying to tag these defenders, and it's like you are being ganged up on. All right. You also have to feint or fake, and it's about timing, and it's about quick reactions, as you can see. It's obviously there's a physical aspect to this, but there's also the mental side. Not only mentally from you have to be alert and aware, but you have to remain calm, and also you kind of because of the trickery, right? And you got to chant Kabaddi at the same time while exhaling, which is the toughest thing for me when I think about it like that. I wouldn't actually know where to begin. So yeah, that's going to take place in Dubai. It's the Pro Kabaddi League. It's in India that attracts millions of viewers. And the first, like I said, the first 5-nation Real Kabaddi League tournament in December 2025, bringing teams from around the world. So the sport is growing. It's a fast-growing sport. And I want to know if you've played it before, or if you would play it. Is it something you'd be into as well? Leave your comments in the comment section. Going back to the snooker, the difference between snooker and pool. Pool is literally, you see the ones with the numbered balls and the highs or lows or big and smalls. And the aim is to, in pool, it varies around the world, but the larger balls in pool on a smaller table, so it's a little bit easier. And you need to put your set of ball down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 10 balls. Whoops. And there's bigs and lows. And if you sink a big first, then you have to sink all the bigs before sinking the black. Or if you sink a low first or a small first, then you have to sink a small one before sinking the black. That's who wins. In snooker, the rules obviously are very, very much different. So I'm going to move that one out of there and keep my thing on there. So that's kind of the difference there, Amanda. Hopefully that makes sense. Maybe not. So again, just big shout out to everyone that's on the social side of things. I think Sunjay and I do have our timing a little bit off at the moment. That's all right. No worries. We'll bring him in next time. We'll bring Sanjay back into the fray. Okay, so moving on. That's sports news. Do you play sport? What sport's your favorite sport to play in the world? What would you recommend people play? It's a great way to stay active. It's a great way to stay healthy. It's a great way to lower heart disease. All right, and it's a great way to keep your mental health strong and keep you from going down to a despair of stress, loneliness, anxiety, obesity, and uncertainty. All right, so real big ones, real big reasons to play sport, to stay active. Let's roll on. Keep your comments in the comment section. Let us know how you're getting on. And we are going to go into a quiz. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's get into it. Quiz time. So remember, we're going to base these ones on snooker, the British Open. So if you house your snooker skills, this will be quick fire. We simply do 5 questions, bang, 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 bang. If you have the answer, I'll give you like 5 to 10 seconds to put the answer into the comments. Let us know, and then we can go from there. Oh yeah, Sanjay's telling me I've mixed up the days. I thought it was today. It's tomorrow. It's sort of not a problem. So tomorrow he'll jump on with us. Okay, so let's do this, right? 5 quick fire questions. In what year was the British Open first staged? I need a clock. That'd be amazing. 1985. The tournament was one of the first ranking events to be used in knockout format with TV coverage for every match. So 1985, first British Open. Who was the defending champion of the 2025 British Open? I did mention it earlier before. Again, throw it in the comments section. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, Mark Selby. Mark Selby is the defending champion. Mark somebody. That's close enough. That's a winner right there. Selby is nicknamed the Jester from Leicester for his tactical and psychological style of play. Question number 3 of 5. Where is the 2025 British Open being held? Actually, this I did not mention. So if you've got some now, so use a bit of Google or ChatGPT. You might get it before I do the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Cheltenham Racecourse in England. Obviously not on the racecourse itself. They're indoors, but Cheltenham Racecourse in England. Cheltenham Chantua Arena. It has become one of UK's key snooker venues in recent years. Not in the UK, but actually from around the world. 2 more snooker questions. Now, quick fire. What unique format does the British Open use for its draw each round? I don't know if I mentioned this. Oh, these are great questions. But obviously, I didn't give you the very good answers, did I? Or very good information. If you know how they do this, it's like an FA Cup style, which if you're UK and you watch FA Cup, you'll understand this. If you don't, you'll have no idea. It's a style random draw. So there's no seedings protection. So like in tennis and other things, they have your top ranked, second ranked, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, so that the top 2 end up in the final. But where with the British Open and snooker, what happens is that in this case, anyone can be anyone. Number 1 can battle number 2 during the round robins. It means tougher competition, harder to get through to the next round. This format means 2 top-ranked players. Well, I just explained it to you. Really happens. Okay, and last question for this one. How many players are in the main draw of the British Open? How many players are in the main draw of the British Open? Throw it in the comment section. Remember, let us know, or maybe shout it out loud amongst your peers and your family. Who have we got? We've got thumbs up. We've got a yes, sir. We've got a I'm not sure. Who's got the right answer? MK, have you got the right answer, my friend? I'll give you guys a little bit more time for this one. If he will talk, remember Discover. Selby. Oh, look, the Englishman, he knows it. He knows the questions. I think he's prepping himself for tomorrow. That's what it sounds like. Okay, and the last one, how many players in the main draw? It is 128 players in the main draw. All right, so with the random selection of who you play, it's you could say ranked 1 to 128. Many of these matches start in qualifying rounds before the main venue, but some top player matches are held, and this is for the TV coverage, and these are the ones you can actually see on their YouTube channel. Remember, WST.TV. Quick fire questions. How many did you get out of 5? Let us know in the comments section on that one. Yeah, those are pretty tough questions, I have to say. And my biggest question to you is snooker a sport? What is defined as a sport? Let us know in the comment section. Remember to share the live with other people around. Let us know what they're up to. Sunjay, how many did you get, mate? You got 1. You got 1, 2. You got 2. Yeah, and you got the other question as well, saying, was I online? That's what it's all about. Discover, explore, connect. This is FFP World Tour live show. We're showing you a bit of sports, wellness, fitness, and adventure. Remember, share, tag FFP Travels, and you can go into the draw to win that 10-day holiday to Dubai, Cairns, London, or Bali, which is pretty awesome. And support FFP as we build the Mental Health Fund. We're looking to raise $100,000 before the 10th of October. Every little bit helps. If you can, please support by either becoming an FFP supporter, $29, becoming a lifetime member for $99. You get a training plan. If you get the lifetime membership, you get the affiliate link. You get access to workshops to help you develop your skill set to become a creator, help put together better videos, and it can lead to earning potential as well. So let's rock on to the next part here. What do we got on our schedule? Nicely put together by Sarah Abdullah and the team, and Amanda. Got some nice links. Oh, adventure. Oh, I love a bit of adventure. Let's go on an adventure trip. What's happening in adventure, team? Oh yeah, adventure. Oh, it's not sports news, is it? Oh, my triggers aren't the best. But anyway, welcome back into the show. What we did. Hope you got 5 out of 5 for those trivia questions. Kabaddi, you know a little bit more about Kabaddi, you know a little bit more about snooker now. So you're learning something new every single day. Sport, was it some kind of physical sport? Well, that's the good question. Thank you, Chaos. I actually don't know the technical term. So if you know the technical term for sports, if you guys are around your computer or on your phone, what is the technical term for a sport? What's defined as a sport? I think it's competition. That's what a sport is. It's competition. Like you now got fitness is now a sport. Running high rocks is now a sport. There's e-sports where you compete with sport on the computer. Let us know in the comment section your opinion. What counts as a sport? What does not count as a sport? Let us know. Talking about adventure though, we're talking about adventure. We moved on. We should have moved on. And so, just a bit of news around the UAE coming out of there, and I can back up this up with some other facts. So, kayaking and canoeing is becoming a bigger adventure activity for people to get involved with. In fact, it was just reported lately about how many more people are kayaking or canoeing on Dubai Creek in the United Arab Emirates. Becoming more accessible. There you can hire out kayaks. People take their kayaks around Dubai Creek. There's calm waters. It's a very slow flow around those waters as well. And what it is proving and showing that a lot of people are getting more into the outdoors. Kobe, sorry. My gosh, I saw the Dracula and I got excited. More people are getting into the outdoors. There's a lot more people that are using the outdoors as a way to deal with mental health or a way to get active or a way to release stress in the body. And this is happening across the world. In fact, we're seeing after COVID, more and more people want to get outdoors and they want to just get active without having to spend money. So more people have become gym members, right? So there's 200 million gym memberships on record around the world, okay? On top of that, Australia reported an increase in adventure tourism here to be the next, I think they were estimating $1 trillion by 2030 in the Australian market. And it just shows when you got things like rowing and kayaking in Dubai Creek, by the influx of people wanting to get outdoors, for most part, it's free. And if you do go kayaking, I mean, it's literally anywhere between 80 to 200 dirhams to do something like that. And if you don't kayak, you can use a stand-up paddleboard or other parts of floating devices just to get outdoors. And that's kind of the main thing. And so that's why you're going to see more and more. The other side of it is there's a lot more marketing or trends towards longevity, better living, more active living. Like we are ourselves, we're big advocates of outdoor living, or outdoor adventures, I should say, sorry. And what that means for everybody is that you're trying to find options in order to become more active in the outdoors. I'm just trying to get one of these. There's a question here on LinkedIn, and I want to pull that up and have a look at that one. Sports is an activity. Thank you, Sunjay. Sport is an activity involving physical skill and or exertion, performing according to agreed rules. Did you write this yourself, bro? Is this yours? Are you stealing someone else's on that one? Undertaking competitively or for enjoyment. That's quite a technical input into that one, actually. A physical skill or exertion, some measurable use of body part, not purely intellectual. Rules and structure, codified ways to play so participants can compare performance fairly. Competition or measurable outcomes, not just exercise. There's usually winning, scoring, or ranking, enjoyment, recreation. People do it voluntarily for play, fitness, or achievement. That sums up the sporting side of things very, very well, doesn't it? Do you agree? That's my question to everyone else out there. Do you agree with that one? I think it's pretty well defined, if I'm honest. If you look at sports, I do question it when it comes to esports, though. Or is esports its own thing altogether? AI. That's an AI. That's how AI defines it. What would your personal definition of that be? Let us know that one as well. It's definitely an interesting thought. I was kind of against esports, but then about 6 years ago, before COVID hit, there was esport competitions where people were earning $1 million prizes, and there's actually professional esports teams. I do digress. We've gone into esports, which kind of comes back to where we're talking about now in the adventure space right now, is that people should get, people saying get off your devices, get off the games, get outdoors and get more active. That's the big trend. That's the big talking point for a lot of people. And yet we're doing esports and sport. Like that's a discussion for us right now. Is it better that someone does something, or is something that's playing games on a device, is that a no-no and people actually need to get out and just be physically active into the air or into the blue zone? I suppose the other side of that as well. Sanjay, if you are available, bro, and you want to jump on, you just hit that link, bro, and I'll pull you in. We can talk about this one face to face as well. Here's another good one. This one's from Bruffy's Rugby Offload. Make sure you check them out. They do rugby updates in the UAE. If chess is, then snooker is then snooker and darts. Well, yeah, here we go. So if chess is a sport, the sport of chess, then snooker and darts are also a sport. Thoughts? Put in the comment section. Do you agree with Bruffy? Do you disagree with Bruffy, and why? Let us know. These comments are amazing, by the way. Thank you very much for these comments. Please, again, always share, like, comment. Make sure you do follow for more on that. Oh, we got lots going on. All right, we're going into the... I think we got some... yes, we're going to go into a bit of fitness. Let's talk fitness. I'm not quick enough to move my my lower third, my title bar, unfortunately. It's okay. Welcome back in the show, guys. My name's Grant Goes, and this is the FFP World Tour live show. We're coming to you live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and TikTok. Please like, subscribe, follow, all those good things, and share your thoughts and opinions. Ask your questions about fitness, sports, wellness, and adventure. That's what we're doing. We're here to talk about those things. We're here to help you and work together to discover, explore, and connect with more of these kind of things. We're going to talk about fitness, and this one is, you're going to love this one. The coolest class in Dubai. Now, Dubai is one of these places that it's about the ist. And when I say the ist, I mean the EST. It's about the best, the fastest, the longest, the deepest, the biggest, the shiniest, the heaviest. You know what I mean? And they push boundaries in such a way that, you know, it just blows your mind. And those are positive stuff. Like, they literally, like, wow, it shows how creative people can be. And there is a gym in Dubai at the moment. Its name is Gym Nation, and they have the coolest class in Dubai. I'm not sure if this is anywhere else around the world, but let me show you it and what I mean. Just waiting for my browser to catch up. All right. Where are we? Where are we? Oops, I put the wrong one in there. I've put the wrong one in there. Just looking to reload that page. No, won't bring me up. Oh, let's take you across to there anyway. So have a look at this. Check this out. This is Gym Nation _ME, the coolest class. So you see here, they're pushing a sled with ice blocks on it. And I say ice blocks, I mean cubes of ice. That's what they're doing. Jump onto our YouTube, our Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you'll be able to see exactly what we're talking about. They run on a treadmill with a cold fan blowing towards them. They've got their earmuffs on. They've got their beanies or bonnets on, and they train in a low temperature. All right, you can see, hugely popular. I haven't had a chance to go try it out myself, but definitely want to go try it out. Elise Lenore, welcome to the YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Our goal is to get to 1,000 people on YouTube. Actually, our goal is to get to 1,000 people on across all our platforms to start off with. And it's our first goal. We want to raise $1,000 by the end of this month to go towards the FFP Mental Health Fund to run initiatives on October 10th in your area, around your place. So we're going to get professionals around there engaged and go as well. We might even run a ice class. What do you think? Should we run a ice or the coolest class? Can we run that other places? And if you want to go, maybe we can get you tickets and entry to Gym Nation to go and try out the coolest class in Dubai as well. So that's something extremely different. Have you been? Let us know in the comment section. Let us know if you've tried this. Would you try this? Is this your cup of tea? Do you think it'd be something you want to get involved with? So big ups there to Gym Nation for thinking outside the square and getting involved in that side of things. I actually need a second computer. I need a second computer to make sure I've got all the right things. All right, we're going to talk now. We're going to talk about. I want your inputs on this, please. We're going to talk about fasting, and we're going to talk about visceral fat. Now, I suppose there's two things that go on here. What is visceral fat? Well, visceral fat is the bad brown fat on the body. All right. Everyone talks about it. Like, everyone goes and talks about fat in general. Now, fat in general, there is good fats that the body needs, like essential oils that protect the organs in our body, all right? But there's also bad fat, all right? And that's one of the biggest issues people have. Now, one of the worst fats in the body is visceral fat, all right? And that's around the belly. Now, there's a lot of studies that come out over the years that talk about how do you remove fat. In fact, one of the most common questions people always ask me, and I know most other trainers, is I need to lose weight. What they actually mean is they want to lose fat, right? 99.9% of the time, it's about losing fat. Unless you're a boxer, then you should need to lose weight to get underweight for a fight, but that's not what we're talking about. When most people think about weight loss, they are talking about losing weight. Sorry, can you through my stuff? All right, there's about losing fat around the body. So then everyone usually goes like, oh, around my face, around my stomach. Ladies, they usually say around their thighs. TikTok wants to verify that I'm still live, so I'm just verifying on TikTok. That's cool. Okay. so they, women want to lose weight from around their thighs, guys want to lose weight from around their stomach, or fat from around their stomach. All right. Now, the best thing you want to do is, most important thing you want to do is lose the visceral fat. So to make you understand better, it's the deep, it's stored, I should say, deep inside the body. It's around the abdomen and surrounding vital organs like your liver, stomach, and your intestines. Different fat can pinch under your skin. It's called, I can't even pronounce this one, subcutaneous fat. You don't always see it, but it has a bigger impact on your fat. It's easy to think white and brown fat. Okay, visceral fat is brown. Right, it's an active fat. All right, it leads to heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, stroke, certain cancers, although not completely proven, colon cancer, breast cancer, fatty liver disease, and metabolic syndrome. Okay, so what the studies are coming out more so is, how does fasting help you lose visceral fat? Well, the simple thing is, when you're fasting, you're having 0 calories, which means it's going to burn out the glycogen and glucose in the muscles through the liver, right, where it's stored. And after about 12 hours, it starts, your energy source to being used is the visceral fat. Okay. Now, don't take me for fact, but I can tell you now personally, when I go into a moment of trying to lose weight, I literally do the fasting side of things. All right. I'll do a 12 to 16 hour fast, and then I will eat for usually around about a 6 to 8 hour period, and I'll keep that under 2,000 calories. All right. So I'll keep my caloric diet down. But if I want to lose the body fat more so, I fast first. All right. Over a lot of time to, again, like I said, remove the glucose and glycogen out of the body, so that your body uses fat as an energy source to burn fat. So if you want to, the simplistic side of this is to get rid of the bad fat, the visceral fat in your body. All right. Try this, where if you can, do a 16-hour fast. Let's say from 8 o'clock at night, 16 hours later, 6 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, all the way to 12 lunchtime. It's pretty common for a lot of people to do this one, because you're sleeping for a period of that time as well. You wake up, you have a coffee for most people, or they have water. All right, they're still fasting because it's 0 calories in these items, and it means you're still going to be using the visceral fat in this case to burn energy to help you run through your day. Okay. No, just catching up on what's going on there. So obviously I got a lot more serious here, because there's a lot more. It's really important, because this is one of the things I think that a lot of people miss out on when it comes to being healthy, is that they literally need to look after themselves by stop putting bad foods in their body, because it does lead to, like I said, quite bad diseases. So anyway, let us know your comments, your thoughts, and your tips, potentially your advice for dealing with this. Okay, put it in the comment section. Do you fast? Have you tried fasting? What kind of fasting have you tried? Are you a person just do a water fast, or is it okay in your opinion to have water and coffee or tea? Because there's studies to show both ways when it comes to this as well. But yeah, put it in the comment section down below. Chess is not a sport, it's purely intellectual. I think so too, but it does take a bit of effort though to move the piece, I'm just saying. Yes. So let us know your thoughts. Put it in the comment section down below. Let us know that one. And welcome in Mano as well onto the Instagram. Big ups to follow. Remember, follow, like, and subscribe. Whatever channel you follow on. If you are on LinkedIn, I'm mostly on my personal LinkedIn page, but you can jump across to FFP Alliance. And that is going to be, if we get that, we need to get that one up to 150, and then we can just go live on FFP Alliance on LinkedIn, which is what exactly we want to be doing. Okay. Big love there, big love there. Just checking across. Support the cause. Oh, yes, sorry. So going back into it. So remember, support the cause. We're looking to raise $100,000 by October 20th for the FFP Mental Health Fund, to fund initiatives to help people get active, to bring in the support of professionals around your area to run these initiatives. And how you get involved: one, you register on, go via the links, register with your email address, create an account, right? And what this will do is give you updates on where you can get involved and support you to help you get active All right. The second one is you can become a supporter of FFP, pay $29. We give you a training plan. We give you a bonus, also entry to a holiday, win a 10-day holiday as well. Or you can become a lifetime member. And what that means, you get the supporter benefits, plus you also get the lifetime member benefits, which means lifetime access to FFP platforms. All right, the premium features. It gives you a 20% referral fee. 20%, that is massive. It gives you access to resources so you can learn to be a creator yourself. You can present on your social media. You can start your own podcast, do your own vlogging, just become a content creator on your social media platform. All right. And this leads to earning opportunities. So you get paid to create videos and to create content, to support and promote fitness, sports, wellness, and adventure side of things as well. So literally go to the website. I should put this on here for us right now. Where is it? www.ffpworldtour.com/membership. Okay, ffpworldtour.com/membership, and you also find out more information about FFP World Tour happening in 2026, which does exactly this: help you discover, explore, and connect with fitness, sports, wellness, and adventure. Man, that can be a tongue twister. Woo! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Actually, just to give you a little bit of insight, quick one on that one as well. Oh, Sunjay, here he is. Oh, mate. Bro, are you ready to jump on me, are you? I can't actually hear you. You have to either give me a thumbs up or a thumbs up. Brilliant. Excellent. Even better. Look at that. We don't need a schedule, bro. We just need to be on. Here we go. Here we go. All right. This is the man. We're going to have this talk tomorrow. Maybe we can have another talk again tomorrow as well. But here he is, the man of the hour. And as you can tell straight off the bat, look at that background. Absolutely stunning. My man, how are you?
Howdy, bro. You good?
Oh, mate, I'm even better now. I was like, whoo. I loved your comments before, like when you put it on there.
I was just trying to quick. I was seeing how fast I could be on ChatGPT.
You're pretty quick, I've got to say. Where do you want to go? Where did you want to start on this side of things? We've got a few things we can talk about, but I mean,
yeah, we'll definitely do the camera confidence stuff tomorrow. I think we'll go deep on that because that's a really interesting discussion. I wanted just to piggyback off a couple of things you've already said. Actually, the fasting. So I fast every day.
Really?
And I have been for several years now, on and off, but pretty much consistently. So it's the traditional kind of 16-8 fast, intermittent fast as they call it. I am trying to work towards doing a 3-day water fast. I haven't quite got there yet, but I've done 24-hour water fast, which I've personally found quite beneficial. And I'm a big proponent.
Can you explain to the guys listening what's a 24-hour water fast?
Simply, you refrain from any calories, any food for 24 hours except water. Now, in that 24 hours, I don't even have coffee. Now, in my normal 16-8 fast, I will allow myself, and when I say coffee, I'm not talking, a frappuccino cream from Starbucks. I'm talking about black coffee, no sugar, no milk, right? Just coffee beans and water before people start thinking they can indulge. So I would normally on a 16-8 fast, I would start my day with water, just half a liter to a liter of water. I'd wait an hour up after waking to have my first coffee. So it would be a black coffee, no sugar and no milk. And the reason I wait an hour before having coffee is, caffeine, when you wake up, your cortisol levels are relatively high and your adrenals are quite active. If you wait an hour, that kind of settles down, and then you have the coffee, you kind of get the full impact of that caffeine. If a lot of people have coffee as soon as they wake up first thing in the morning, right? So you wake up in the morning, and you know this, right? You're dehydrated, right? Overnight, your body, your cells, they're absorbing all the water from your system into various processes. So you're waking up first thing in the morning, you're dehydrated. And you'll know this because if you go to the toilet, you urinate, it's going to be yellow. It's going to be of that shade where we know we're dehydrated. You then have caffeine on top of that, which caffeine is a diuretic, right? Which means it draws water out of your system. So you're waking up dehydrated, and you're basically dehydrating yourself further by having a coffee. So water first for me. Some people like to have lemon and salt, electrolytes. That's probably okay as long as there's not any, it's not high in sugar or any excessive calories. And wait an hour, coffee, and then you're basically just skipping breakfast, right? So my last meal is typically around. I eat with the kids. So I've got two kids, so we eat quite early. It's like about 6 p.m. 6:30. That's normally my last meal. I wake up, have that routine, and then by lunchtime you've hit that 18-hour mark. 16-hour mark. Sometimes it goes to 18 depending on my schedule. And
can I break it down with you?
Personally, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're saying why. My first question is exactly what you see. You wake up, you're dehydrated, you need water. For me, so you having half a liter of water. Is there a reason why particularly?
Just trying to get as much in early in the day as I can, because we all need to be hydrated, and the more I can get in the morning, the less I have to worry about it throughout the day. I mean, I sit here, with this is you can see it's what is this? This is a liter, so 1,000 ml bottle of water. I'll go through at least 2.5 of these, if not more, a day. I just find half a liter is a good amount for me. It works. I don't have a scientific explanation for why it's half a liter.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like from myself, what I end up doing is I'll have like a pump bottle, which actually not even here, or a glass of water. But what it does for me, it kicks my system up. Like I'll literally go into the point of the morning routine. I'll have a glass of water, give me 5 minutes, and I'm actually rushing off the toilet, clean out the bowels. It's just it's kind of a routine to go through. Same thing with the coffee. And I don't quote me on this one. I'm not 100% on it, but like you said, you're already stressed. You do get dehydrated from coffee in the first place. I know there's a chemical reason as well why you'd wait that 45 minutes to an hour after you rise. I did learn it. I've actually forgotten about it, and we're going to actually talk with a neuroscientist, and she's going to come on and she's going to give the explanation behind that. But I mean, yeah, it's interesting to hear when you're talking about your fast and coffee, 0 calories as well. So I'm not the expert on it. I've tried it out myself, and this is from sharing from my my side of things. Why is it important in your opinion? And that's why I ask about the 24 hours. Water. Everyone says just have water. Great. I've got 2 questions actually. A 2-part question. One, when it comes to this side of things, is coffee. What does the coffee do for you during the fast? That's the first one. All right. Let's start with that one.
So it's a really good question. I've just always drunk coffee, and I like coffee, right? I don't. Caffeine is a drug. We all know that. It's one of the most widely used drugs around the world. I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol. Caffeine is my drug of choice, if you want to put it that way. And I've just always had caffeine. The theory is that you have coffee and caffeine in the morning. It's a stimulant. It wakes you up. It makes you kind of get up and go. I remember way back when I was, living in Dubai and was a personal trainer and training hard every day. I would start my workouts with a shot of espresso. So it's there to just kind of keep you going and just wake you up in the morning. I've actually tried fasting without, so I go through periods of time throughout the year where I will do a caffeine fast as well. So I will abstain from caffeine for a period of at least 30 days. Yeah. Now, the reason that I do that is because, like any drug, anyone there who will know, especially for people that drink alcohol, the more you drink, the higher your tolerance gets, right? So you have to drink more in order to get the same effects. So with caffeine, it's the same, right? If you drink a lot of coffee and you're doing it to get that stimulating wide awake effect, then you will need to keep drinking more in order to get the same impact. So I go through these caffeine fasts where I will
Caffeine
just kind of
fast.
abstain from the coffee, and then your tolerance just kind of doesn't reset, but it kind of drops back down, and then you kind of reintroduce the caffeine. So yeah, I mean, look, I have the coffee because it's a habitual thing that I've always done and I've always had it. And I enjoy it, and on some level, I feel like it gives me a pick me up, and it just keeps me going for that duration until I'm going to have
Interesting.
my first intake of food.
Yeah. So I've had a different experience with it. And hey, to AFL, all right, how you going? We're just on the live show. You can join us on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, and everything else. This is our idea, as Joe as well. So, like with the coffee, what I found when I went on a caffeine fast, like I was completely like, for me, when I've had caffeine beforehand, it would send me over the top. I'd never be able to sleep. And then I had got addicted to coffee, like same yourself. You just started going, oh, one, you feel a bit more energetic. Now, what I would always experience was I'd have a little lull, like I'd have the high and then I'd have the lull, right? From the caffeine, you run out of caffeine, I suppose, you start to feel down. Again, I saw something on social media on YouTube, and I can't remember 100%. And it was like, cut caffeine and see how you get on. I did. I went to that. And I just increased my amount of water that I had, probably about 20%. And for me, I actually had stable energy throughout the day as soon as I stopped having caffeine. Like that was for me. Obviously, the caffeine was dehydrating me, so having more fluid and water in the body allowed me to maintain my energy levels. And I wasn't reliant or dependent, on caffeine as well. It's really interesting to hear what you're saying about that, and how, like, the experience I've gone through. I was like, why
Yeah,
people feel, and that's the
yeah.
reason why we're talking about this as well.
There is a school of thought out there, and I don't know how. I'm no scientist, but there is a school of thought out there about the quality of the coffee and having that crash. So
I was
you'll
going to
see
ask that.
a lot of coffees that are coming out nowadays with a lot of adaptogens, which are, things like lion's mane mushroom and, like, ashwagandha and all these other adaptogens that they add to the coffee. And the idea behind that is to give you to not give you that crash. You get the caffeine release kind of slow and steady over that period of time, so that you're not kind of coming down fast off it. So I actually, yeah, so it really depends. So, uh, of course, this stuff costs more money, so you end up spending more money on your coffee. How effective it is and what the efficacy is, I don't know. Again, someone that's more qualified than me can probably come on here and tell you that. But yeah, there is that school of thought at the moment, which is why people are probably seeing all these fancy coffees with all these weird ingredients in them popping up in their local coffee shops and
Massive.
supermarkets.
Yep. Guys, right now we're talking about fasting. And so if you've got any comments, questions, let us know about it. Put in the comments section if you have a fitness, sports, wellness, or adventure comment or question, a tip or advice. If you are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, or TikTok here as well. The second question I had you for, Sunjay, was about the 24-hour water fast. Why is it important? Why water fast? Why not just no water, no liquids, no food?
I mean, just for the same reason we're talking about, right? Let's look at it this way, right? How long do you think a human being can survive without food? As long as they have water. So they've got water, but they've got...
I've forgotten. I'm watching that movie when they were stranded out in the ocean, and then someone came popped up the question. Anyway, whatever.
Do you think it's days or months?
What I understand is actually years. That's my understanding. Without
it's a long time. It's months.
Months. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. It may be years. I don't know, but I'm just saying it's quite a long time. A human being can survive a long time without food. Now let's flip that. How long do you think a human being can survive without water and no food? So no food or water. But we're primarily focused on the water. They've got no food anyway, and then they stop having water. How long do you think that person will survive?
Well, my previous understanding was 8 days. But then I heard about this monk who meditated for longer. But anyway, okay, I digress.
Yeah, the average is a few days.
The average person.
Right. So if you're going to fast, you need water right now. I appreciate there are people who are probably watching this who Ramadan, which is obviously followed by the Islamic faith, they fast during the period of Ramadan and they don't consume water. But it's a set period of time, right? And it's not normally 24 hours. It's daylight hours, right? And then when, as they call it, iftar, which is the sunset, comes around, they can break their fast with water. But for a 24-hour fast, they call it a water fast for a reason, right? You're still hydrating your body, you're still hydrating your cells, so you don't completely get that kind of crash of having nothing. It's just the way that I do it. I know there are people that do a pure 24-hour fast or even longer. Like you said, there's monks in certain religions as well where they do that, where they do go longer. But it's I don't know. It's the fitness guy in me, right? The whole understanding about how important hydration is for you, how important water is for you. I just don't. It just doesn't sit right with me to sort of say, "Oh, I'm not going to have any water. I'm just going to completely fast." I'm sure there is some benefit. I'm sure there is some benefit to it, but I'd rather just have the water.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I like to think that I think about common sense, and one of the biggest common sense things for me is along the lines literally of if your body's made of 50 to 85% water, then it just makes sense that you put water in your body in order to. It depends, I suppose, why you're doing it as well, right? Why are you doing it?
Right.
There's conversations about longevity. You fast to give your organs rest. That's why you do it like Kelly Slater, a sporting icon when it comes to surfing, would do a 24-hour fast once a month at least. And I believe at one point he would do it once a week. He'd do a 24-hour water fast. That was his thing, to give the body a release from digestion, a daily digestion, on a regular basis. That was his thing. And then I've heard about the other ones, like I said before, people just doing a full fast. And then there's boxers I know, what they do is they do a 7-day fast. And what I've done, I've done a couple of them before. I've done a 4-day fast at max, but one I did, I had maple syrup and lemon. I tried that one, right? Now, the first 2 days, I'd be like, it's horrible. Felt starvation on day 1. And then day 2 I felt a little bit better. And then by the time it came to day 3, the energy levels completely changed. I went from feeling, my gosh, I'm hungry, to, so I'm okay. And day 3, I was amping, I was pumped. I was like, yeah, let's go. I was back into running and playing sports. I remember I was at a touch field, and just a couple of people going like, man, you're on fire today. You're so energetic. What's going on? I was like, oh yeah. And then I realized.
So let me ask you a question there. So that's a really interesting point, which I want to touch on. So when you were in that zone, you felt like that. Did you feel like you could think clearly, your senses were heightened, you kind of like everything was just like you felt sharp? Is that right?
I use the word clear. Like everything
Clear.
just felt calm and clear. And then it was So I've been told I've got ADHD, which I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm in denial when it comes to that, to be honest. But what I find, or what I remember from that period of time, was I was in a position where I was literally I was calm. For me, it was calm. And I've gone through, I did try medication not so long ago as well, but then I was also organized, which was a weird thing for me to feel. So even on a sport, we're playing touch rugby, I'm a competitive guy and get a bit hot-headed when it comes to playing sports. But, for me, at that period on that 3rd day, it was just the same things that happened, and how I dealt with it was completely different. So that's what I mean when I say calm and clear. It was just like, look, it's just a reaction.
Yeah.
People are different.
You said something just a while ago about why you're doing it, right? Why you're doing the fast is also important. Yeah. So you were talking about fat burning earlier on, and the science is very clear. You do go through periods of fasting, you do increase your body's ability to burn fat, right? Because you have fuel, you have enough fuel on your body for, I can't remember again the stats, for days on end. So if you do abstain from taking in any calories over that period of time, you do burn fat. Now, that was one of my first reasons way back when I started doing fasting years ago, of why I wanted to do it. Now, what I found subsequently is, just as you kind of alluded to there, I feel like my energy levels are heightened when I am in a fasted state. I feel like I can train better, I can think better, I can focus better, right? Now,
Yeah.
this is my personal experience. Other people may have different experience. Maybe this has come as a result of doing it consistently for years, but I do feel better when I am fasted. And then now also obviously there's a big thing right now with this longevity movement, right? People trying to live beyond 100, Peter Attia and all these other people that are kind of what's his name, Huberman talks about this a lot, and things like that, where fasting is, because it gives your organs that rest, it's associated to a longer lifespan, because you're not wearing your body out as much. And again, you go into some of these ancient traditions and religions, you'll see that people that do fast, they tend to, on average, depending on other factors, live a bit longer. So for me, the energy levels and longevity is kind of one of the key reasons I fast now, and I still continue to do it. Going back to the feeling sharp, and so I feel quite sharp. I feel quite like my senses are really heightened, and I feel good when I'm fasted. And that makes sense, right? Because if you go back, if you look at the current, even in the current climate, you look at the animal kingdom, right? You look at hunters, right? Lions, tigers, cheetahs, all any alpha hunter out there. When do they hunt? When they're hungry, or when they're full?
Yeah.
When they're
Yeah.
when they're hungry,
Yeah.
right? You see a lion after it's eaten, it's like falling asleep. It ain't getting. It will watch a zebra go right past it, and it ain't even going to bother, right? Because it's just not interested. But when that
100%.
animal is hungry, it's fasted, its instincts are super sharp. It can sense the smallest movement in the grass, and it will know where its prey is. And guess what? Most of the time, not most of the time, but it's relatively successful at catching its prey. So it kind of makes sense, if you kind of look at it from a evolutionary biology perspective, that if you are fasted, your senses are heightened, your mental sharpness is better, and therefore activities like hunting, which we would have had to do a long time ago, we maybe were a little bit more effective at it. So that's important. And then that kind of leads on to what you eat when you break your fast, right? So a lot of people kind of see, not a lot of people, that's a judgment, but some people may think, okay, well, if I haven't eaten for 16 hours or whatever it has been, then anything goes, right? I can tuck into donuts and cakes and takeaway foods and all of that stuff. If you break your fast with high sugar, high glucose foods, you are going to feel terrible, right? I know that's happened with me. So it's really important that you break your fast with either high quality fats or protein, just to kind of numb that kind of spike of glucose into your system, keep your insulin levels down, all of those good things. And then, you can kind of eat your normal diet. But fasting's not an excuse, in my opinion anyway, to eat shit food. Sorry, excuse me for swearing, but eating crap food, right? It's not an excuse for that. It's just another modality. If you're a healthy person, you're living a healthy life, it's just another tool that you have, just like working out, to help you to live that kind of way.
So here's an interesting thing from Amanda. She's asking about, like, for her, fasting bloats her up, like extremely bloats her up. And she's saying about, and then fasting can be beneficial for one's mental health as well, then if you felt calmer or clearer. So, well, yeah, fasting does help. I'll just look up a little bit more, and I give a little more information behind, I suppose, that. We talk about ketones or ketosis. Now, ketones are a type of fuel. That's my understanding of it. And ketosis is a state of.
Yep.
So we're in this normal state where we use carbohydrates as our main fuel. It comes from carbs, right? Now, when you don't have carbs, or it's the glucose or the glycogen, or glucose is stored. This is stored energy. Glycogen is what we have in our livers. My understanding of this, and please help me, Sunjay, on the side of it as well, to understand it better, is it takes anywhere from 12 hours to, I believe, 48 hours for your body to go into a state of ketosis. Is that? Did you know that one?
Yeah.
Or I'm not...
Yeah, so like the keto diet is a very popular diet that people do go on, and that's the premise of the keto diet, is to eat a very, very low carbohydrate diet, less than 20 grams net carbs per day. And the idea is to help your body go into that state of ketosis, which means it's not using glucose as its main fuel source, but it's using ketones, which it breaks down from your fat stores to fuel. And there was a big hoo-ha when everyone went started doing keto a long time ago, saying, oh, but your brain can only run on glucose and your brain needs glucose. Well, that's not true. The science is there to prove that actually your brain can also run on ketones. So, and you're absolutely right. It's a minimum of 12, probably a little bit more than that. I'd probably say, that's why the 16-8 is a popular diet, because it's around about that 16-hour mark where if you follow the right principles, then your body can start going into that that zone. But probably longer the better, which is why keto is effective and it works for a lot of people. I don't want to get into the discussion of the diet itself, because that's for another day and it's a big can of worms. But you're absolutely right. It's about it's about getting into that state of ketosis. I actually use an app. It's not a plug. I'm not sponsored, but there's an app called Zero. And it's basically it tracks. It's just like a timer, and I can start my fast, and it just ticks over, and there's a timer. But there's lots of other and there's a free version and a paid version. I only use the free version, but on that app, there's a lot of information, like little videos, little snippets of information around fasting by people that are way smarter than me and you combined on this stuff. Doctors, PhDs, and they talk about the science behind a lot of this stuff. They talk about ketosis. So if people are interested in this stuff, go and download Zero. Just search Zero, Zero, on your app store, and you'll find it. I think Peter Attia is behind it. He's part of the kind of got the group of people that founded this app, and it's really useful. I did use the paid version for a while, and in the paid version you put in all your details, all your kind of your stats, your body stats, and it will then kind of help you to understand when you do actually go into ketosis and when you're in that fat burning zone, and then obviously it helps you to maximize that as well. So there are obviously modern day, we've got lots of tools to help us. So if people are interested, that's a good resource.
One thing I understand about it is that fat breaks down into ketones, and ketones are a great fuel for the brain. And so I don't know again the deeper science, but that's why you have this is where my understanding comes from. That's where you get this whole clarity, or this bit of brain function, I suppose it is. That's what it ultimately becomes, right?
Yeah.
So, fasting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right.
I want to go to the fasting side of things on with you. Why then would you do that 3-day? In your opinion, is it for the additional fat burn, or
again, depends on your goals, right? So I mean, not really. That's not my primary. I mean, look, we all think we need to lose a bit more fat than maybe we do, but to me right now, it's a side effect. It's a good side effect. The 3-day is just really almost like a cleansing. It's just more like a detox, just not having any food, not just giving your organs just a bit of a rest, especially your gut, right? We hear a lot about the gut and the gut-brain axis at the moment, and how we overwork our guts, and especially with all the foods that we're eating now. Even if you're eating healthy foods, right, you're still kind of probably consuming some kind of processed foods or highly refined foods or foods with pesticides and all of these chemicals. Just giving your organs that bit of a break, a bit of a rest. I don't think it can be a bad thing. And look, I'm not. Don't listen to. I'm just giving you my personal experience. I'm not qualified to tell people what they shouldn't do. Obviously, do your own research on this stuff. If you have any medical conditions or any kind of other contraindications, then seek advice from your doctor. But generally speaking, if you're a healthy individual, I don't think doing a 3 or a 5-day water fast is necessarily going to be a bad thing. So for me, that's the reason I want to do it. It's just more like that cleanse, and I just want to see how I feel, because I know I feel good having done like a 24-hour fast. Having mental sharpness, that alertness. So I just want to kind of see what does that feel like when you're extending that to 2 or 3 days.
Awesome, girls, guys, if you're watching the live, you're watching on the replay, remember, 3 comments in the comments section. We do check out the lives and the replays later on as well. So if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch, or on TikTok, first of all, please follow FFP Travels. Help us build up those platforms, especially on LinkedIn and on TikTok. We need to get up to 150 on LinkedIn. We need to get up to 1,000 on TikTok to bring you the live coverage of multiple guests, got the graphics and the other information on there as well, which is what we want to do for you soon to help you discover, explore, and connect. And remember to go to www.ffpworldtour.com. Check out what we're doing for 2026 and what we're doing right now, why we're holding this World Tour live show to help you discover. And on top of that, we've had a bit of an extra bonus today with Sunjay jumping on, and we're talking about the fasting side of things. Now, one thing I want to put out in the background here as well, and I'm pretty sure you tell us about this side of things, is the shift in mindset from you went from a corporate, you went into wellness, you've gone back into a bit of corporate with the podcast side of things. Now you're doing more videography. But the draw or the love of wellness or fitness or however you want to look at it, kind of coming back in, what it does for your state of mind.
Oh, mate, that's a big one. Yeah, I haven't got long. Yeah, I haven't got long. I need to get back to my day job, but so I'll keep this one brief. But it's definitely a topic I want to discuss. I mean, it comes down to passion and purpose, right? Without getting too deep about it. You know, I started off in the corporate world a long time ago, chasing the dream, chasing the money, chasing the big house and all of those things that we're told when we're younger that we need to have for a successful life. And I got to a point in my life where I had all of those things and I was miserable, right? I just didn't have any joy in my life. And that's when I kind of went to seek my purpose. I ended up in Dubai. That's where I met you, which was, feels like a long time ago now. And I a couple of years, I got into the fitness industry, and it was the best thing that's ever happened to me. Just getting into a space where you are helping people achieve a better quality of life, right? There's nothing, in my opinion, like it, right? It doesn't matter if you could be a doctor, you could be in the medical profession, you could be in the wellness profession. For me, helping people feel good through exercise, through movement, has just always been such a special feeling. And then having spent over a decade doing that out there in the UAE and Abu Dhabi as well, where we also lived, we came back to the UK after we had kids, just to be close to our family. And then I kind of found my way out of fitness and back into the sort of corporate world in a different role. And you lose that human connection, that human, like there's nothing wrong with the corporate world. We all need to make money, but for me, I enjoy, even now with some of my work that I do, where I'm creating content or videography or podcast is my main my main love right now. Helping people in that space who want to share their knowledge and share their wisdom within this field, because obviously we live in a very different world now to when I first started as a PT. I wasn't even on social media, right? I didn't need it. We didn't need it back then because we had a real life social network. If I wanted to message my mate, I'd knock on his door rather than send him a DM, showing my age now, but it was a beautiful time. But now obviously we have all these tools at our disposal, and I think podcasting is one of those tools which is so unique in that we live in this world of short form content, TikTok and all of the reels and Instagram and all. It's everything's Insta culture. I call it the Insta culture. We are living in this Insta culture. Podcasts break that. They break the norm, right? Because of the podcast, or even what you're doing now with this live. You've been going for however long you've been going for. It's a long form discussion. You can really get into the nuance of it. You can really learn, right? I listen to all of these people, like, we've mentioned a few, Huberman and Atia and all these, people that are talking, who are super educated in this stuff, and you can learn so much to help you to improve your life for free, right? They're not charging you for any of this stuff. So if other people are out there and they've got this knowledge, they've got this understanding, don't think that the market's saturated, because there's always space for another voice. There's always someone that's going to resonate with you as an individual, who may not resonate with someone else as an individual. So that's kind of where my love is at the moment, to help people in that space to share their voice. And that's I'm interested to see kind of where that takes me. So the wellness, call it what you want, that space has kind of been pulling me back for a long time, and that's kind of the path I'm on right now.
Coming back, baby, coming back. That's how I look at it. Check it down below. You can scan the QR code. You can connect with Sunjay on YouTube. And the reason I'm bringing up that one right now is because tomorrow we're going to talk about camera presence. You can see how well framed he is, how the lighting is, how the color is, which just showcases what a professional and what a world-class man he is in this space. He excels at everything. He has the best of everything. So make sure you jump on the QR code and check out that one as well. I really appreciate you jumping on, bro. That was awesome, man.
No worries, bro. Really enjoyed that impromptu little lunchtime chat. And yeah, I'll be back with you tomorrow, and we'll get into all the camera stuff for sure.
Rip into it again. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. Easy.
See you later.
Well, guys, so we're going to move into the next part of the show, which we're going to talk about with. Actually, I should have asked him if he's still there. Maybe he's still there. Hold on, 2 seconds. I do have a quick question for you, bro. Bring him before you do go. The questions are: just call out your friend. You got 4 friends. Who's the strength? Who's the cardio? Who's the flexible? And who's the I just don't do it? Oh, maybe he's gone. I think he's got there. He's off here. I thought he was still on there. He's not on there. That one's kind of out. So yeah, that's going to be a question for everybody as well. Think about who is your friend, your strong friend, your cardio, your endurance machine friend, your super flexible friend, and your no thanks friend. I call the no thanks friend the person who's, the person doesn't want to go to the gym, enjoys eating what they eat. Let us know if you're on the comment section on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you are joining us from. Let's move into the next part of the show here. Trivia games. We've got some more questions for you to get involved. And these are quick fire questions. We're going to do this again. I want you to have a listen before we move into our final segment of today's show. Let's get into it. It's the hot and cold recovery challenge, testing your knowledge of heat and cold therapy in the world of fitness. I'll take the scenarios and let's go. Okay, scenario 1. You've just finished a tough leg day. Quads are screaming. Should you hit an ice bath or the sauna? What should you do? You just finished a tough leg day. Quads screaming. Should you hit the ice bath or the sauna? Which ones would you hit? If you have some inkling around the training field, it is cold. Ice bath reduced delayed muscle onset or soreness, but it's worth it. What it does is stops the rush of blood. All right, to that area. You know, when you have a bruise, you get swelling, blood rushes to that area. All right, what cold does is help to slow down the flow of blood around the body. All right, which helps reduce delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS it's known as. Scenario number 2, woke up with stiff shoulders, hot bath or cold plunge. When you wake up with stiff shoulders, should you hot bath or cold plunge? I need a clock noise actually here for the show. Yeah. Okay, so in this case, you're going to do heat. Yes. Why heat? Because you want to warm up the area. Imagine your muscles are like chewing gum. They start to seize up. They start to stiffen up. What you need to do is, because there's less blood flow through the muscle, so you need your heart rate is slowed down. There's less blood flow around the body. You start to increase the heart rate by adding heat, and that means it pushes blood around the body. All right, or more fuel. It's not actually fuel. It's probably a bad analogy. Into the system. So there you go. We got a couple more for you. Scenario 3, you're feeling tense after a long work day. What's better? You're feeling tense after a long work day. What's better? Is it heat or cold? Hot or colds? 5, 4, 3. When I add a countdown, it just adds a bit of pressure, right? It's just like, oh, what's going on? I'm going to add an 8-second clock in here. We'll do an 8-second clock. If you're feeling tense after a long work day, right, it's better to go to heat. All right. The endorphins from the sauna or the hot bath can help you relax and reset. Endorphin, getting an endorphin release. That's why exercise helps you as well. It's an endorphin release, right? The heat can do that for you also and help you lower the cortisone levels, which is your stress chemical. Oh, there you go. You have a minor ankle sprain, swelling Oh, this is a great one because I had a discussion with someone, Dr. Samira, and she was talking about how protocols are changing here. All right. So if you do have a minor ankle sprain, swelling presents itself. Should you go for hot or cold? Now I'm going to jump straight into this one. This one here on the answers, it says cold reduces inflammation before you try to stretch it out. Well, in most cases, that works for most people. Again, to reduce swelling around an area. It's the same reason you go and jump in an ice bath after a exercise or tournament. Again, to reduce and slow down the amount of blood moving through the body and to areas around the body. Now, they're also saying not to do cold, but just to elevate that area to slow down the blood flow away from that area. Again, I'm not going to go into this one, but it's something to think about later on because what it means is that we're going to try a new way of recovery that we discover, learn a new way that may actually help us improve our recovery process. So they have a little twist in that one. Summary 5, want to boost circulation and recovery at the same time. Can you boost recovery and circulation at the same time? Here's my technical countdown. Well, that's a tricky one. The answer is both. Contrast therapy gives you the best of both worlds. You've heard of the hot and cold treatment. You would go jump in a sauna, then you jump in a cold plunge, back into a sauna, then into a cold plunge. All right, then you finish off with a sauna. You can do this multiple times. You can do some 5, 5, 1, 1. I'm not talking about minutes. Some people do 15 and 5 or 15 and 15, which I think is pretty intense, the change in temperature. But what it does help is there is a lot of benefits behind it. I personally, again, I'm not the doctor on this one, but personally, I felt a better release because obviously when you go into a cold environment and you go into a hot environment, both environments will stress out the body, okay? But also there's good chemical releases for the body as well, as we've just discussed. So yeah, have you tried hot and cold? Let us know. Those are quick fire scenarios, and I don't know how many you got out of 5. You can let us know in the comment section down below. But yeah, again, guys, we're going to start our campaign for the FFP Mental Health Fund. We're looking to raise $100,000 by the 10th of October to push initiatives out around the world, to work with professionals and to work with providers to deliver more initiatives to help people battle, fight, beat up, take on mental health issues. The issues being anxiety, uncertainty, confusion, probably like you see myself sometimes, loneliness, obesity, that really affect people. The best thing to do is to get active. Okay, release the body into the world. Connecting with people can give you feel goods by just moving the body. It gives you endorphin release. All right, there's lots of benefits for being active. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to create as many initiatives as possible around the world. 1, for you just to get involved, and 2, to help providers and professionals deliver more activities around the world. And that's what the fund is for, to help support these initiatives. So one of 2 things. If you're a public and you just want to get involved with these initiatives, you can register at ffptravels.com. And what that means is we can update you when the initiatives are happening online or near you. Okay, the second way is you can support financially, become an FFP supporter for $29 US. We give you a training plan and we give you access into the challenge coming up, the mental health challenge in this case on October the 10th. You can upgrade that one if you want to as well. If you are a true believer in helping people be more active, then you can become a lifetime member of FFP, and that one costs you $99. It gives you straight away, it gives you lifetime access to the platform, the features, to FFP Travels, FFP Alliance, and events that we have. So access, offers, discounts. It also gives you the 20% affiliate fee. So for every person you help bring onto the platform and to the community, you get 20% as well. So that's pretty cool. But you also get access to workshops, seminars, online learnings that helps you become a creator yourself. Maybe you can present. But the biggest thing is we want you to go out there. We want you to promote fitness, sports, wellness, and adventure. Capture it on your phone, your device, or your camera, video, or photo. And we want you to share it with FFP Travels to help us reach more people, to help more people stay connected in this world, to be more active. Okay, and that's what you can do with your $99 lifetime access. And on the flip side, if you're a professional and provider, give us a shout. Providers at ffptravels.com, or just jump on one of the platforms, the site, send us a message, and let us know what initiatives you got going so we can help to support you as a club, as a provider, as a professional, or even as an athlete. There you go. It's the FFP Mental Health Fund. We want to raise $100,000 by the 10th of October. Please share, like, comment, tag friends in. You don't have to do it just with this show. You can do it on any of your fitness, sports, wellness, adventure posts and content to help us spread the word and to help us get more people active in this world. Our main goal is actually 1% of the world. We want to help them be active and be part of this community. So that's our big goal by 2030. So it's pretty cool, pretty exciting. We're ripping into that one as well. Yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, leave it in the comment section. As always, make sure you are following us. This has been an awesome show. Thank you to Sunjay for joining us today. I hope you got those questions on your side of things. How many questions did you get? We'll find some more questions for you a little bit later on. Tomorrow, we'll be talking with Sunjay again about camera presence, how to improve your presence, how to be informative, how to showcase yourself, how to set yourself up so that you look awesome, sound awesome, and you can help people promote health and fitness. A big shout out to our sponsors, people that support us. Big shout out to Forge Fitness and Performance, the experienced professional and premium training at Forge Fitness, private studio in Maidan, Dubai, built for results 101. Check them out, www.forgefitness.ae. They are a training platform through there. Here in Cairns, if you are around Cairns, why is it not switching? Let me try this one again. Oh, it's not quite the right logo. Have to change that one. We'll come back to that one. But Ultra Headwear. Stay cool and move in style with Ultra Headwear, Dubai's own performance caps designed for athletes, adventurers, and everyday explorers. They have these lightweight caps and these bucket hats that are super comfortable and super light. And so when you go out in the hot sun, especially around the UAE or Middle East, it's super hot. This headwear keeps you cool. All right. And one of the tricks that I use it for is I put water on the inside, put it on my head, and it stays there. Go to www.ult-raheadwear.com, ultraheadwear.com, and see the selection they have and the new releases they have coming out as well. Boo, boo, boo. If you're here in Cairns in Australia, Barefoot Tours. Yes, sir. Yes, madam. If you want to see around the region, go to Barefoot Tours. Discover the real Cairns with Barefoot Tours. Fun and laid-back adventures through rainforests, waterfalls, and hidden gems you won't find on your own. That's why you jump on the tour. They show you all the little secret spots that only locals know. And that's why you're a part of tours like Barefoot Tours. Go to www.barefoottours.com.au for your scenic tour around the northern Queensland tropics. It is a beautiful space around here. And you can find more with Cairns Waterfalls. Actually, Cairns Canyon jumps under Cairns Waterfalls as well. Chase the magic of nature with guided adventures across the reef and rainforest. You can go stand-up paddleboarding on Fitzroy Island. You can go canyoning in Bahana Gorge or Crystal Canyons. You can jump on Barefoot Tours as well. And you go to www.cairnswaterfalls.com to book your space with them as well. And I'm going to give another big shout out here to, oopsies, that's actually the wrong one. Let's quickly change that one. Reps UAE. Reps UAE is the Register of Exercise Professionals in the United Arab of Emirates. They're the official registry of a licensing body that recognizes and approves and regulates qualified fitness professionals and exercise facilities in the United Arab of Emirates. And you can check them out, not at Cairns Waterfalls. Just quickly update that one for everybody. Is at www.repsuae.ae. Check them out on that side of things as well. We gotta find look. Ooh. Did a bit of an oops. Hey! Let's see the messy room I'm in. There you go. The other side of things as well. So you can jump inside of that one and reps UAE. And with a big thank you for everyone for joining us. So today you can see we're looking to build the stream, push it out around the world. Just follow us on any of your social media platforms that you are on. How are you, Belle? Good to see you. Thanks for liking the live. bel.ala.se. I've got a bit of a switch around the room there. You can see a few things going on. My producer wasn't there, so I was by myself today, but that's okay. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being a part of FFP Travels as we look to grow active lifestyles around the world. I'm going to leave you with that. Take care. Hey, Karen, cold, heat, hot. Amanda's been joining everything with us. Thank you, Amanda, for joining us online and keeping the community active. That's what we'd like to see. And if you're looking for the website, here is the FFP website itself. Okay, so you can see the world's FFP World Tour, world's greatest adventure. Remove that off the top there. And you can find your different destinations, the ambassador roles, the adventure trips, all the membership can all be found at FFP World Tour. Gives you more information about the tour, local spotlight, activations, different destinations, and our impact for 2030 going forward. So from myself, thank you guys very much for being a part of the show. Tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. That's right, we're going to do 4 hours because we're going to start pushing the FFP Mental Health Fund. We're going to start raising the first $1,000. That's our first milestone, our first stepping stone towards bringing more initiatives into your community when it comes to activity to battle against mental health issues. And again, raise awareness for October 10th, which is World Mental Health Day. Take care, everybody. We're going to leave you with information and just some more details about the FFP tour coming up. And we'll be talking with Sunjay again tomorrow about camera presence in the UAE. Online.
Get ready for the world's greatest adventure. The FFP World Tour 2026. A year-long journey to 36 destinations packed with fitness, sports, wellness, and unforgettable adventures. Each destination will be under the spotlight. 10 days of activations, events, challenges, and your chance to connect with like-minded people. The tour is led by the Chief Adventure Officer, who will travel the world for 12 months, discovering, exploring, and sharing the best experiences along the way. The CAO will be joined by 100 ambassadors throughout the world to connect with the people and inspire their city. Want to get involved? Simply register as a user or a member on our website or tag FFP Travels when posting content of the places you visit and the people you meet. It's that easy. This is more than just a tour. This is the world's greatest adventure.